his new cabinet lineup is shaping up to be just as unconventional and controversial as you expect. So far, it's a mix of white people, loyalty, and eyebrow-raising choices. We've got Dr. Mehmet Oz, tapped to oversee Medicare and Medicaid. Imagine that. Yes, TV's Dr. Oz, who's been criticized for promoting questionable medical treatments and his willingness to sacrifice kids and get them back into schools.
The opening of schools may only cost us 2 to 3% in terms of total mortality. And, that's any life is a life lost. But to get every child back into a school where they're safely being educated, being fed, and making the most out of their lives with a theoretical risk in the backside, it might be a trade-off some folks would consider.
He said that. Imagine what he's willing to do to Medicare. And someone I'm sure we'll hear a lot from for the next 4 years, Caroline Leavitt, a 27-year-old Trump loyalist, will be the youngest press secretary in history. So she's the one we're going to be getting all the crazy reports from in the press room. But here's where it gets even weirder. Matt Gaetz, Trump's pick for attorney general, top cop in the U.S., is battling allegations of misconduct, including claims of paying for sex with minors. Then there's Pete Hegseth, a former Fox News host tapped for Secretary of Defense, who has criticized women in combat, saying he doesn't want them fighting in combat, and reportedly settled a sexual assault accusation. And let's not forget RFK Jr., Trump's choice for Secretary of Health and Human Services, known for his anti-vaccine stance and claims about poison in our food and water. Kennedy has pushed, as we know, unproven theories that many say could undermine public health. But Trump says Kennedy is the man to take on the illness industrial complex. But most notably, none of the blacks for Trump that stumped for him on the campaign trail have gotten anything. Tim Scott, Mark Robinson, Ben Carson, Herschel Walker, Byron Donalds, Dex's evil Republican twin, evil Dex, and a name from the blast from the past, Daniel Cameron. We haven't heard about him for a long time. None of them receiving zilch, nada from the Trump administration. So, that takes me here. Do you guys feel bad for any of the blacks that didn't get anything? And who, if any, do you see not making it past the Senate confirmations? RFK, Dr. Oz, Hegseth. What do you guys think?
Well, Matt Gaetz for sure. I saw also right before we jumped on, Linda McMahon was named the Department of Education.
Linda was in the administration before, so she might actually get passed.
But before, Linda was in there for small business. Yeah. Now they moved her over to the Board of Education. That makes no sense.
Which is not going to exist in a couple of years.
Well, now you see why they gave it to her. And I think that I was assuming that they would give someone, more well-versed in education like Herschel Walker that position. I was expecting Linda McMahon to be, in charge of education, but I don't see a lot of these picks. And I'm also curious why Rudy Giuliani wasn't where's he at? Why is he not chief of staff?
He's broke now and he's gotten put out to the pasture. Trump is done with him. He's also done with the basket of the blacks. He doesn't need them anymore. Matt Gaetz he's going to throw him under the bus very, very soon because that investigation is mounting, and he's
expeditiously
under the bus. I think the rest of these guys are going to get through, though. To be honest with you,
I don't know about the Elon Musk of it all, though. That I'm not sure about, and the fact that you named somebody
he doesn't need confirmation. That's the no confirmation side.
He's an advisor.
So the two lists on the screen on the left is the people that require Senate confirmation, and on the right are the people who have no confirmation. They're just
I didn't know
named.
that. Wow.
These people are set in stone. They're named.
Elon Musk, he's terrible. He doesn't need to be confirmation to get in.
Nope, he is the head of the Department of Government Efficiency, a new office that the Trump administration is proposing. What they'll do is end up slashing a lot of government agencies. So
but how would that not need confirmation?
He's going to do it with the power of the president. So he's really acting as an advisor, and then Trump's going to actually do the act. Elon Musk is just going to advise.
Exactly. Yeah. Recommend. Yeah. Recommend.
I mean, and the black people that you had that was backing Trump anyway, we don't care about them. We don't support them anyway.
What do you mean? They put their head out, they put their neck out in order to support Trump, and he's not going to get them.
We could care less about any of them. Herschel Walker.
Tim Scott got married to a woman because of Trump. Like that's what that happened.
Man, we could care less about any of them. Wasn't
Ben
Ben
Carson
Carson was already on his cabinet last term, right?
Yeah.
Yep, he was head of housing and urban development formerly.
Right.
So
not just
a surgeon is in charge of HUD. That's
guy hires in this one.
Eric, as a sports fan, how do you feel about Herschel Walker being the head of the Department of Education?
Well, you know, I'm the oldest person on this podcast, but you know, Herschel Walker ain't been he's terrible, man. He can't even read. I don't know even why they would even consider him. Have you ever heard him talk publicly? He can't even read off the teleprompter correctly.
So I thought it made sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess you could put him in there. You know how they say, you know, a bunch of room full of smart dummies. I mean, he fit right in. It's just a whole bunch of smart dummies. So,
two dummies looking at each other saying exactly.
Look, they'd be like, you never want to be the smartest person in the room. And Herschel's like, pick me.
Yeah, right. definitely.
I'll never be the smartest.